poverty at the highest rate. So we're a small rate in totality of numbers. I mean, when you look at the poverty amount, we the highest rate. We're the biggest group of people living in poverty. Think about that. That's by design. That's by design. And then we spend 4% more money annually than any other race, despite the fact that we live in poverty at the highest rate, despite the fact that we 2 times as likely not to have enough money to pay your monthly bills. Despite the fact that we don't have the same type of net worth, we're still spending more money. And when we spend that money, guess what? 98% of it is going to other communities. That's where we have to start. This is our why. Why are we doing this? This is where we have to start changing the narrative. This is where we have to start changing the mindsets of people and move on to figure out what can we do to end this awful cycle that we've been in. So what can we do? The question is, what can we do? One of the ways is we can start working together as people, come together and decide that we're going to do better. One of the ways we decide we're going to do better, one of the ways we're going to work together is through the foundation and what we have to offer here. That's one of the ways that we can start to do better through this flower, through this program of recycling money within our community. So, what is our agenda? Our agenda is what is the foundation, the purpose, and how does it work? We're going to go over comment and ask questions, and then what's next? Hold fast the dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken wing bird that cannot fly. It's by Langston Hughes. So what is the foundation? The foundation, it started as a group of 17 football players from Hampton University who were introduced to the system of cooperative economics. 17 football players, more like 17 brothers, that had known each other for over 20 years. They decided that instead of, they were introduced to this opportunity of cooperative economics, and instead of keeping it to themselves, decided how can we help our families and friends and loved ones? What can we do to help everybody benefit, and not only ourselves, but everyone else to be able to put themselves in a better situation? So with that mindset, we grew to a worldwide network of over 39,000 plus members in approximately 5 months. We are a network of professionals, doctors, lawyers, real estate developers, historians, IT professionals, independent business owners, and more. We are all utilizing the same system of cooperative economics. So what do we provide? We provide access to a unique system of cooperative economics that allows you to build generational wealth with your family and friends. We provide access to training materials that help you along the way. You can't find any type of training materials anywhere else in life that gives you this affordability. So we're talking about Start Fires manual. We're talking about 2 calls a week that's dedicated to members only, where we're doing additional training, and then also having a potential fire call 5 nights out of the week. That's another opportunity for training. Nobody else have this. We develop and curate strategies that help build generational wealth. This is where the concept of infinity loops come from. This is where the concept of the reentry program, the concept of the $1,500 gold flower, also the nation builder. These are all different strategies to help build generational wealth and to help keep people to continue moving along, so we don't get stuck in the process. We have a large administrative team. We have over 40 people that's working together to help keep everything going. And then automated software, which is coming soon. We're in the process of developing that. Member perks. Members are providing strategies for success that share in other networks. One of those is, like I said, the Start Fires manual. That's a manual that was written by one of our pioneers. If you follow that from A to Z, follow it to a T, you will be successful in this group. That's not, you won't find that manual anywhere else. Members are provided coaching on finances, mindset, and much more. So, like I said, we have professionals coming with life coaches, financial coaches. We have all types of successful people to give strategies, to give ideas, to let people know, because we don't know everything. So our thing is putting people in front of you to help you with that type of stuff. Members are allowed to promote their business in the greater community of over 38,000 people. So we have a business director. Black and brown owned businesses only. Again, we're about our people, black and brown people, and so we're trying to afford them the opportunities that others don't have and we don't get other places. So yes, while we have over 40,000 people, a good job and a good opportunity is if you own your own business, you get to promote that. Purpose, changing the paradigm, the paradigm. What's the challenge? Let's do an experiment. What are the first thoughts and feelings you get when I say the following words? Money. What are your thoughts and feelings about that? Do you have positive thoughts or is it negative thoughts? You know, does hearing that word money makes your mind start moving and thinking and get you to be a creator, or does it just kind of put you in a rut? What are your thoughts and feelings about money? Depending on your reaction, you can determine whether or not you have a good relationship with money. Your belief system around money is also driving your relationship with money. That's with anything in life. Your belief system on anything drives every relationship that you will have. If you change your belief system, you can develop a better relationship with money. So if you start, a lot of times money tend to have a negative connotation, especially among our people. If we start to think, instead of thinking so negative, but understand the power that money has and not letting it control us, but using it as a tool, then you start to develop a better relationship with money. So here's the challenge. Nothing in this world comes for free. Are you willing to accept the following challenges? Learn how the system works. Work with family and friends to build a network of people focused on securing generational wealth. Incorporate strategies that will help you build your network along with your network. As your network builds, your network builds. As your network grows, your net worth should be able to grow as well. Change your paradigm about money. Change how you think, how you deal, how you interact with money. And then build generational wealth. So how do we go about doing it? The SUSU, the differences, the technicalities. The SUSU, it is a centuries-old West African form of rotating savings and credit association, a type of informal savings club arrangement between a small group of people. It is a worldwide concept, so you'll find this anywhere in the world. You can go to West Africa, you can go to Asia, you can go throughout the Americas, North, South America, throughout the Caribbean, in Europe. This whole concept, it may be called something else, but the concept is the same, and it's throughout the world. And it's basically, as long as people are working together, it's a tried and true concept. This worldwide concept consists of what? A group of people coming together with a small amount of money. They pool their money together, they put it in one location, and then at a particular time, one person gets that money, and the process continues over and over again. That's how it works. So ours is not a traditional SUSU. There are some different quirks, some differences about it. We're going to go over those. So the traditional SUSU, to enter, money is put into a bank, pot, a hand on a recurring basis. In the foundation to enter, there's a one-time gift of $500 to the person in the appropriate position which is the awarded position. In the traditional SUSU, the timeline, groups, members may have to wait weeks, months, or even a year to be paid out, depending on the rules of the SUSU. In the foundation, people typically go through this process in 4 to 6 weeks. Could be sooner, could be 3 weeks, could take a little longer than 6 weeks, could be 8 weeks. In traditional SUSU, in the end, once everyone in the group is paid out, the SUSU is dissolved. In the foundation, once you are fully gifted $4,000, you're allowed to go into another flower to turn that into residual opportunity, which is the reentry program, so it can continue and go, continue to keep going on and on for several months, years, and so on. So the requirements. You have to have a $500 gift ready. Here's the thing though. Just because you got $500 don't mean that that person is ready for our program, because not only do you need $500, but they need to be of the right mindset. They need to be you're coming into this with the idea that you are giving a gift to someone. So that's a whole different mindset. When you're giving a gift, you shouldn't be looking on anything to receive back, but you understand the concept of giving and receiving. So you're coming in here to be a blessing to somebody. That's the concept. Those are the type of people that we want to come in. We don't want people that's coming in here that's just trying to make a quick hustle. Just because you got $500 don't mean that you're the person for this program. Because if you're not going to work it, you're not going to take it seriously. If you're just trying to make a quick hustle, we don't need the $500 that you have. We want people that's thinking about their community, thinking about their family, thinking about building generational wealth. So you have your $500, and then you have your 2 people that also have those same ideas in life ready to come in. Because we want like-minded individuals, just like you. You're thinking about, your family, your community, create generational wealth, create additional streams of income, and we want people thinking the same way. We don't want people coming in that's trying to get this 500 and let me flip to 4,000 so I can go shopping this weekend. That's not the mindset, because you're not creating generational wealth off of $4,000. Generational wealth is being created off of hundreds of thousands of dollars, of millions of dollars, and that takes discipline, that takes dedication, and that takes integrity, and you have to work all of that together. And it takes longevity. You have to be in this for the long haul. And all of that is achievable if you bring in the right people with the right mindset. Then you have to have a form of mobile banking, which is Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, all those type of things have some type of form of mobile banking. So what are the requirements? You have to have a willingness to learn, participate, network, and build with people within your network, or build people in your network. So, like I said, you can't just give you $500 and think you're going to coast to $4,000. No. When you decide to join, you got to understand, I'm going to learn this program, because not only do I think the program is good, I need to bring in 2 like-minded individuals. And if they are like-minded, they're going to have questions. I can't just say join this and they're going to come in. Because remember, I'm thinking about money. I'm thinking about generational wealth and what can I do to improve, my family situation and all that. And other people that you're going to be fighting are thinking the same thing. So you got to be able to explain to them what they're becoming a part of. And that becomes when you have the willingness to learn and participate and build with people in your network. That's the only way you can be able to learn it and explain it. You have to be dedicated. You have to have honesty and integrity. Just a minute. Sorry about that. Again, you have to be dedicated to the process. This is not just a single day commitment. I'm committed to the long haul. I'm committed to seeing myself through. And I'm going to be also committed to seeing the people that come in behind me through. Understanding that we working this all as a team. Honesty is always the best policy. The worst thing to do is deal with dishonest people in our community because this all works when everybody have to be able to trust each other. Some things you can't control, so you gotta. I'm just gonna be honest. You can't control everything in this community. And we've had some people come in and try to do that. It doesn't work like that. You have to have some type of trust in other people that's coming in. That's why we say make sure you're bringing in the right people because you want to be able to trust them. Those right people will be people that have integrity about themselves. Okay? So, and if you know they have, they have high integrity, you can trust them to do what they need to do on their end. Because once everybody is doing what they need to do, then as a whole, everything works together great. Then everybody succeeds together. But all it takes is one person not to do what they're supposed to do. One person to lose the trust in the group, and it all fall off the rails. Then you have to have the desire to build generational wealth. Again, this is not the desire to take $500 and get $4,000. Now I'm going shopping this weekend. It's not that. Or now I'm going out of town and I'm going to spend all of it. This is the desire, long-term goals to build generational wealth. Now I got $4,000, I'm going to go ahead and put, some of it in the bank. I'm going to get back in and create some more. And there's other opportunities. I got to start letting this money work for me. So when you come in with your $500, I said you got to have $500. What I neglected to say is, we don't want you to take your $500 if it's your bill money, if it's your rent money, if it's your mortgage money, if you got to pay your car note, if you got to put food on your kids' table. We don't want every living day expenses money. We want money that's coming out of your savings account, where you can pull from your 401k plan, where you have a separate account set aside for frivolous spending. We want that type of money. We don't want your bill money. We don't want your everyday expense money. Because now it becomes, it's putting yourself into jeopardy if you don't get it in the anticipated time that you thought. Because like I said, you have to trust other people as well. You can have the mindset, I'm going to come in and work, but if one person not doing what they're supposed to do, it can slow it up a bit. So if you say, okay, my rent is due in 2 weeks, but I'm going to come in and I'm going to work this real good, and I should have my money back by then, and then you hit a snag. And now you're upset. So we don't want that. If you don't have the $500 to pull from a savings account, a 401k, retirement plan, a slush money account, if you just don't have that extra, I'd rather you just wait until you are able to save it up. If you got to save up $25 a week, for the next 5 months, so you can have your $500 coming in. We're not going anywhere. I just rather you put that to the side. I don't want it to be coming out of your bill money, money for food, for your kids, or just living expenses. So how does it work? Each flower has 15 positions. You have 1 water, 2 earths, 4 airs, 8 fires. Each person gets to the water the same way. You come in as a fire, and then you move to air. Then from air, you go to earth. Then from earth, you go to water. Once you come out of the water position, you're allowed to go back to a fire, air, or earth on a new flower. So you have different options, and we'll discuss these options where you're allowed to go back in. The same is true for every flower. The only people who are responsible for gifting are the people in the fire position. They come in with their $500. The only person who's receiving gifts is the person in the water position with $4,000. Nobody else should be receiving any gift. You shouldn't be giving any gifts to anyone talking about fees or management fees or admin fees, none of that. We don't have none of that. The only gift should be going to the person in the water. Once the flower is filled with 15 names, it will close and be allowed to split. And just a minute. All right. So here are the steps to it. Step one, you come in as fire. You join the network by gifting $500 to the person in the water position. You're going to download Telegram app and join your group. Once all the 5 positions are filled on your side, you will move to the air position. So Mike is the person in the water. Mike brought in Tina. Tina brought in me. I'm your invitee. And I decided to have you come in with $500. You're going to give Mike $500. The key to success is to have 2 strong prospects ready to go when you move to the air position. And then always be in conversation with those in your group on Telegram. So step 2, you now move to the air. You're ready to bring in your 2 people. Tina's in the water. I'm in the earth. There you are in the air. You bring your 2 people and invite them on Telegram. Your friend and family member come in and they're going to give Tina $500. Once all the 5 positions are filled on the side, the flower will split and you'll be able to move into the earth position. The key to success is this. Make sure your 2 people have their 2 people. Simple as that. Step 3. Once all of the 5 positions are filled on your side, the flower will split and you will move to the water position. So there I am. I invited you in. You're my earth. Your family member and your friend are your heirs, and they all brought in 4 people: Tim, Joe, and Jane. Key to success is to help those who may need help. Remember, we're working as a team, working as a family. We don't want to leave anyone behind. So step 4, you're in the water. Once all of the heirs, there you are. Once all of the heirs fill the 2 positions behind them, you will move to the water position. Once you are fully gifted $4,000, you will leave the water position. And after you're fully gifted, you're allowed to re-enter on another flower to push for a residual gift. So there you are. Your 2 people you brought in, your family member and your friend are your 2 earths. Therefore, the 4 people they brought in are the 4 heirs. And then those heirs are going to all bring in 2 people each. And that'll be the $500 each. 8 people, they're going to give you $4,000. And then once you exit the water, you will look to fill the exit water form. And on that, you have the opportunity to ask the question, do you want to re-enter on another flower, or are you good? If you want to re-enter, the process was simple. Let me get in again. All you're going to do is you're going to let admin know. They're going to tell you who to give the $500 to. So you keep $3,500, $500 go to another flower, you go through the same process again. Make sure you have your multiple money transfer options to receive your gifts. After the water, you have 2 options. You have 2 additional options. The first option I just talked about was the re-entry plan. Now you have 2 additional options. You can seek another potential open position as a fire, air, or earth if you have 2 or more people ready to follow you. So you enjoyed the process. You went in again on a re-entry flower, and then you say, you know what, I want to be on 2 flowers at the same time. So then you look around and you see an opportunity. Hey, somebody on this flower has an earth spot available. I'm going to come in. I'm going to bring my 2 people behind me. They're going to go to airs. Their 2 people are going to come in as fires, and you're in the process all over again. Then the other option is if you have an established order of operations, wait for your number to get called again. So that way, if you come in with a large group of people, y'all have a way that y'all operating, an order that y'all already know, where who the person you follow and who your 2 people, and y'all move throughout the community like that. Everywhere y'all go, you're following the same person, and the same 2 are following you. That's another way to go. Key to success is to continue forward to build generational wealth. So the split, how does it work? The flower splits allow both earth positions to go into the water position at the same time. For a flower split, it must either fill all 15 positions on the flower as a whole, fill either a top half or bottom half of the flower, and then the half that is filled is allowed to split off. While the half that is not full must continue to work to fill the fire positions on their half before split. The person in the water position will remain there until all 5 positions are filled. So what happens is, if you're on the flower and say your family member got all of their people in, and your friend is struggling a little bit, taking a little bit longer, the family member side of the flower was able to move on while your friend is still working to get his people. Once your friend get all of their people and you get your total amounts of gifts, that's the only time you come out of the water. The split. Once all of the 5 positions are filled, the water will leave the position. Then there's a line that's going to be drawn right through the middle to separate the top half from the bottom half. A new flower will be created for each split. Earths become waters, airs become earths, fires become airs. Then there will be 8 open fire positions on each new flower created. Here's how that rotation worked. Your family was up front, was up top, your friend was on the bottom. Remember, this was just one flower. They split, and now they created 2 different flowers. Show you again. It was one flower. They split, now they created 2 additional flowers. So let's go over to the commonly asked questions. Here are some of the commonly asked questions. Is this system a scam or a pyramid scheme? What about taxes? What is the level of transparency? Is this sustainable if new people are always required to bring more? All right. These systems of cooperative economics have always been attacked by the media in a number of different ways, but here are the facts. And before I get into the facts, you may ask me why the media wants to attack. You just have to do some deductive reasoning. You have to think about it. Okay, the media attacks it because who advertises during their commercial? Oftentimes you see Bank of America, you see Wells Fargo, you may see ING, you may see Charles Schwab, you may see all of these type of investment and banking firms that are advertising on ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CNN, all of them have their advertisements. So, and when we decide to pool our money together, we're not going to continue to put our money into their institutions that are used to keep us at bondage by giving us, higher interest rates, whether it's on the house, whether it's on a car, denying us to get small business loans. And we say, you know what, we're going to circumvent you and we're going to do it ourselves. That's not what they want because they still want our money. Remember, 98% of our money is leaving our community. They want to keep it there. They probably want it at 100%. So they still have work to do. So once we start to take our money out and we're going to keep it in our community, now it's becoming an issue. So now they have to put advertising out there. Not the advertising, I'm sorry. Now they have to get behind these shows because they're paying these networks billions of dollars to advertise. So if you want us to keep paying you billions of dollars, I need you to do an expose on these gifting circles. Make it look real bad. Scare the people, even though there's nothing illegal about it. So, in fact, there's never been a mass arrest over the entire history of cooperative economics. The only people who ever cited as being arrested for running a gifting circle were charged with tax evasion. They distributed the gifts to a central account and did not pay taxes on their admin fees. Again, we have 0 admin fees. We do not receive any money from anyone. I do not have anybody money. I don't have anyone money. Although there are states which label this as a pyramid scheme, no media article can ever cite a statute, a charge, or conviction that was prosecuted in a court of law related to a pyramid scheme where one of these systems was the focus. If this was truly an illegal activity, there would be multiple examples of prosecutions to cite. Again, because this is not a pyramid scheme. It's one of the reasons. And again, trust me, if they had the opportunity, they would come and they would do their due diligence to put more black and brown people in jail if it was something illegal that we were doing. Every media article, they used the person as a source, kept that person's identity anonymous, and none of the articles ever mentioned that this person actually met the requirements of accident. So what does that mean? That means more than likely someone came in. Again, they didn't meet those requirements. What were those requirements? You asked for you to be dedicated. You asked for you to be honest, for you to be trustworthy, for you to bring in like-minded individuals that want to work together as a team. Somewhere along the line, probably one of those people didn't meet those requirements. They weren't an honest person. They weren't dedicated. They didn't work together. So when they didn't work out for them, they more than likely got upset, dragged some people, and said, you know what, I'm going to call Wavy Tail on the side. I'm going to call the Washington Post. And they're going to love to do it all. But they're going to do it out of anonymity because they don't want you to know that, yeah, it was me, and I didn't really do everything I needed to do, but I'm just mad and salty. You got to be careful of people like that. There's an argument that gift given with expectations attached is illegal. Every gift is given with an expectation attached, even if it's the smallest expectation. Our expectation is to bless those we are gifted in a way that can change their life and in time change ours. Just a few questions to consider. If you decide by my free will to give you any amount of money at any time, if I decide by my free will to give you any amount of money at any time, is that illegal? Depending on the amount I give you, I may have to pay taxes on the gift. Is it illegal to give you a gift? Would it be illegal for me to do this on a recurring basis if I wanted? Would it be illegal if you did the same for me? Would it be illegal for me to give my friend and family member a gift? Would it be illegal for my family and friends to give me a gift? If there was a way to coordinate a system of gift giving to family and friends, it would be illegal to do so and then let you know. The answer to all of those is no. Plain and simple. Just a few things to consider. If everything goes right and you don't get what you perceive you will get, you have the right to say you mistake. So if you come into our community, you get $500, you bring in like-minded individuals that are honest, have high integrity, are dedicated, everybody work together as a team, work the process, you learn in the program, and then it doesn't work out for you, then yes, you can say you mistake. But if everything doesn't go right for you because you have not met your requirements, you do not have the right to call anything a scam. So if you didn't come in and you didn't commit yourself to the process, and you didn't take the time to learn what we were doing, and then you can't bring anybody in because you don't know what you're talking about. Was it a scam, or did you scam yourself? Scamming your own mind thinking that you can put in minimum time, to put in minimum effort, and be able to achieve the goal that we've all set aside. Now, that's a scam in your mind. If everything goes right and you meet the requirements, you can change your life as well as the lives of others. So the question, if you come into a program with certain requirements and believe that you can excel without meeting those requirements, did the program scam you or did you scam yourself? I just answered it. It's a scam of your mind that thinks you can get something for nothing. The answer, no matter which group you join, you will always need two people who are also working to bring in people to the state. This is called a system of accountability. Pyramid and Ponzi scheme. A pyramid scheme, what is it? It's an illegal investment scam based on the highest incentive. A Ponzi scheme. It's a form of fraud that lures investors in with promises of substantial return. Profits are paid to early investors with funds from more recent investors. The Ponzi scheme is a popular, well-known type of pyramid scheme. Here's what I found out. A lot of people are quick to label what we do in a Ponzi or pyramid scheme, and they don't even understand what either one of those are. So one of the ways that I debunk people is, again, first of all, I know what I'm talking about So I asked them to explain in their own words what a pyramid and Ponzi scheme is. I don't debate with them what a pyramid and Ponzi scheme is. I let them explain what they think a pyramid and Ponzi scheme is. And you know what? Whatever they're going to explain is not going to be what we're doing. So I don't even get into all of that. Well, no, a pyramid is really this and that. I'm going to take the information you give me, the person that I actually explained give me, and then I'm going to tell them why what I'm doing is different from what they just said. The only way you can do that is for you to take the time to actually learn this program that we have. That's all I'm saying. You have to be dedicated. You have to learn the program. So the reality is this. A hierarchy or top-down approach is what's used in almost every aspect of life to organize people. So that 9-to-5 job that you go to, guess what? It's structured off a pyramid scheme. You know, when you join that social club you join, guess what? It's structured off a pyramid scheme. You know, whatever you may involve yourself in life, a lot of times they're all structured off a pyramid scheme. You got a few people at the top that's calling the shots, and then you got the majority of the people that are at the bottom that's following the direction of the few people at the top. Pyramid Ponzi versus the foundation. Here's the differences. Pyramid Ponzi is a standing hierarchy structure. The foundation has a rotational structure. The pyramid Ponzi, there's a limited number of people who will reach the top position based on their recruiting requirements. In the foundation, everyone will reach the border within 4 moves and then be forced to leave the position. As long as everyone is doing what they're supposed to do. The pyramid Ponzi scheme. To climb levels, you must consistently recruit new people to join. The more people you recruit, the higher level you climb. In the foundation, to reach the top position, which is the border, theoretically all you have to do is bring in 2 people, but your 2 people have to bring in 2 people, and those 4 have to bring in 2 people. Pyramid Ponzi scheme. But remember, you only have to bring in 2. And then you assist those people, help them identify the right people to bring in. Because you don't want to bring in 2 people, and then the 2 people that you brought in don't bring in like-minded individuals. Because now, again, that's going to affect you. We are a team. Pyramid Ponzi scheme. Money is distributed from a central location when residuals are paid. There is a central account that pays the members based on their level. In the foundation, there is no central account. Gifts are sent directly from the gift giver to the gift receiver by the method agreed upon. Again, no one else touches your money. You give a gift to the person who's supposed to be receiving it at this time. Taxes. The annual gift tax exclusion. For 2020, the annual exclusion is $15,000 per person, same as it was in 2019. Here's how it works. Before it works, the lifetime gift tax exclusion is $1.58 million. So it works this way. I know this says you can give or receive, but it just works when you give. So you can give up to $15,000 per year or over $11.58 million in gifts over a lifetime without reporting it to the IRS. Once you give one individual over $15,000, you have to report it to the IRS. So theoretically, I can take 100 individuals and give all of those 100 individuals $14,999. But because I didn't give them all $15,000, I do not have to report any of that to the IRS. But as soon as you give one person $15,000, you have to report that to the IRS for your taxes. Let's do the math. So you start receiving gifts from one person in 4-week cycles. On January 1st, you will receive $6,500 from one individual for the year. So that individual does not have to pay taxes or contact the IRS to let them know because they didn't come close to the $15,000 within a calendar year. Not even halfway. So I can give you and you can give me up to 30 times before we will have to consider filing the gift tax exemption. That's how that works. Commonly asked questions, transparency. Telegram is a mobile application that allows for transparent interactions with all members of the network. You can do Zoom calls as well, which are there to help you with your prospects and answer questions. If you are looking to join any group, there are a lot of different opportunities out there with this whole cooperative economics. If you're looking to join another group and they're not doing Zoom calls, I would think twice about joining them. Gotta have some type of transparency. Sustainability. How do we sustain a network of 39,000 plus people? We have an administrative team in place to keep the network running. We have training available for all members. New strategies are being implemented. We've already touched on all of these things. And then we have people, when people do decide that this program is not for them and they want to drop out, we replace them. And when I say we replace them, I'm sorry, let me change it. We don't replace them. You get with the person who brought you in and say, you know what, it's not working out for me like I thought it would. It's a little bit more work and I want to be replaced. You will work with the person who brought you in, find somebody to replace you. Once you find somebody to replace you, that person will give you $500 and take your spot wherever you are. That's how that works. We do not give any refunds to anyone. The community, the foundation, we not give out any refunds. Ultimately, the process is sustainable by us and by us only. So we're going to fail or we're going to succeed. It's entirely up to us. So what's next? If you're interested, preferably you have 2 like-minded people ready to go, and then you have your gift of $500 for it. Excuse me. Reach back out to the person who sent you or actually join this presentation and let them know that you are ready to go. Thank you for your time today on Saturday, and I'm going to answer any questions if we have some. Doesn't look good. All right, so I just want to thank everybody for joining today. Again, we will have a meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. Y'all enjoy your Saturday. And y'all have a safe night tonight. I don't celebrate Halloween, but I will be celebrating the harvest. And y'all have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. God bless.